Hey everyone, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home. Thanks for coming back to the channel today for this video. I'm really excited about this video because this is the first time in a long time that I've been able to highlight a brand new Blu-ray label on the channel, and this is a brand new Blu-ray label for me. These are the first few titles I've added to my collection from this label, and the label is Imprint Films. So I'll dive into what they're all about, what you can probably expect from them. They're an Australian distributor, so I'll talk about that and how that affects you in North America, in Europe, across the world, and how that's working. And I'll go into some of the first few releases that I've picked up and really just kind of give them their day in the light here on the channel so that you guys know about them. Hopefully you'll start buying and supporting them, and then we'll go from there and see what they have to offer the community. So the first thing to know is that, like I said, Imprint Films is the label name, and they are a premium Blu-ray label. So think premium packaging, usually extra features, exclusive artwork, and all the things that you've come to love from, you know, an Arrow Video, Shout Factory, Olive Films, Kino Lorber, even say Criterion Collection, you know, of that level. So that's the type of niche they're in. But they're actually based out of Australia, and they're owned by a company called Via Vision Entertainment. So they launched right during the pandemic last year in 2020. And so because of that, and there's supply issues and all that, like, it's been hard to get some of their releases from Australia over to the US. Obviously it's like on the other side of the world from me, but I finally managed to get my hands on a few of their newer copies, and I'm going to talk about all that here. But the really cool thing is, you're probably thinking, okay, Australia, that's not region A for North America. So how does that work? And the awesome thing that Imprint Films has done is, to my knowledge so far, they've made all of their Blu-ray releases region free. So by being region free, this means that if you buy them in Canada, if you buy them in Texas, if you buy them in Boston, if you buy them in Italy, Sweden, France, no matter where you are, you're going to be able to watch these movies with no problem on just a standard Blu-ray player. You don't need any crazy region-free stuff, and that's always been a headache when you're buying from other countries as a Blu-ray collector. Imprint just wiped that out. They said everything's going to be region-free. We're going to ship around the world, sell these on different sites. Diabolic DVD has them, you know, places like that where you can get your hands on them. I've even seen local video stores by me in Connecticut have some. Like, they're pretty much everywhere now, and everybody's stocking them because they're region free, and it's an awesome new, literally worldwide label. So I just want to point that out because a lot of people would probably say, Australia, this isn't relevant to me, or I would need a region free player. And while I would always recommend a region free player because you can explore different Blu-ray releases from other countries, there's no need here. So the average collector with just a typical regular Blu-ray player can enjoy these even though they're coming from Australia. And that's a big difference from a lot of what Criterion puts out that's region locked. Arrow Video, Shout Factory, a lot of those are locked down to the US, to Europe, and it's a headache for collectors. So that's wiped out here, and that's one of my favorite things about this label. Completely region free and playable anywhere in the world. You'll see that some of the movies here are really cool, and Imprint has actually been the first company out there to release a lot of movies on Blu-ray for the first time. So that's what got me really excited about them. They were basically reviving a lot of old films from DVD, VHS, and finally bringing them to high definition physical media. So I'll leave a link to their website in the description. I'm not affiliated with them in any way or anything. I'm not getting any kickbacks for you guys buying from them. I just want to promote them because I think they're a super cool company. So check that out. And now I want to show you what I actually got from them to give you an idea of what types of movies they're putting out. So a lot of what I grabbed was from like their summer into September sets. Like I said, they do maybe 6 to 8 movies every month that they've been releasing consistently since 2020. So the first one I have here is The Face Behind the Mask. Now the cool thing about this is it has this awesome slipcase. So all the movies, I gotta pull this out. All the movies are inside a slipcase, really cool artwork. You got more artwork on the inside, and then just pretty much, you know, a Blu-ray disc, nothing crazy, but they use the same high quality, like clear cases that Arrow Video use. And obviously this artwork is, you know, tremendous, and they put the little spine, the year the movie was from, 1941. So this is a movie right here, prime example. Nowhere in the world was this released on Blu-ray. So this is the first time you could own this movie in high definition physical media. So that's a super cool way to build your collection and add these movies that otherwise you'd never be able to get your hands on. And a lot of them are older, but I'll show you one in a second, which is actually much newer and you'd probably be surprised by. So this actually has a 1080p scan of the film by Columbia Pictures and Sony. They tell you that on the back. It includes an audio commentary. It includes an interview with a film historian and film author and critic Kim Newman talking about this movie. Those are newly filmed special features. You get that new 1080p black and white presentation. You get a 2.0 mono track, and you get a classic movie for the first time in HD on physical media, which is really the coolest thing about it. Now, this next one is way newer. It's from 1999, but surprisingly enough, even though this is a major catalog title, I believe that, yeah, this is Paramount, it's never made its way to Blu-ray, never had an HD physical media release. And that movie is Double Jeopardy, which is actually a movie that a lot of people probably know, at least for the name of the movie itself and the premise. But it has Tommy Lee Jones and Ashley Judd, 1999, just never made its way to Blu-ray. So right here, we've got the first 1080p high-def presentation of this movie on physical media. You've got a new audio commentary of the making of Double Jeopardy, as well as the theatrical trailer. And again, you get this nice artwork on the front, and then on the inside, they even switch up the artwork, give you something different, and they stick with that clear case. So I really like the presentation, but also just love the fact that, again, this movie never had a chance on Blu-ray, and now we have it because of Imprint. Next up, I've got from 1970, starring Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones, believe it or not, Ned Kelly. So this is a 1080p HD transfer by MGM, so another big major catalog title. Audio commentary, a featurette called Shooting a Rolling Stone, talking about working with Mick Jagger on this movie, and then the theatrical trailer. Now, this one did get a release from Olive Films in the US, but as far as I can tell, it's now out of print. And that makes it a hard movie to get your hands on unless you go to Imprint, where they now have a newly released version. Get this cool artwork, pop this out, even better artwork on the inside, in my opinion. And again, just another movie that I would not have had in my collection were it not for Imprint. So those first three there are a great example of the type of work they're doing, where nobody else is doing it, or titles have long gone out of print and people have lost the licenses to them. There's three movies that I literally couldn't buy anywhere else except from Imprint right now. Now, these next three that I have, I picked out because I am a fan of the horror genre, and I want these movies physically in my collection. So the first one is Charlton Heston in The Awakening. This is from 1980. So this actually has a Shout Factory Blu-ray for around $21 on Amazon right now. This is a 1080p presentation from a 2K scan of the original negative that was done by Studio Canal. If you don't know Studio Canal, they do a lot of great transfers. This has audio commentaries, 2 featurettes, and that theatrical trailer. So again, love the artwork, same artwork that Shout Factory used, but honestly, Shout Factory didn't really give this the collector's edition release. So you don't get the, additional artwork on the inside, the slip case. Theirs wasn't part of the collector's edition line, so I actually thought this was a slightly better version of that movie. Next one is from 1983, and it is Stephen King's The Dead Zone. So I think when I asked for this and when I bought it, or when I was looking through the Imprint titles, I want to say that maybe Shout Factory didn't announce their collector's edition yet, and they since have. So there is another Shout Factory equivalent to this, and it is actually a collector's edition. But I had already gone for this one, and so this one's actually full of stuff, and this is a Lionsgate, major studio title. 1080p from a new 2K scan of the original negative. Anytime you see original negative, that's a thumbs up. You get an audio commentary. You got 4 different essays, documentaries, interviews. You got 4 featurettes, behind the scenes stuff, the Dead Zone, the politics of the Dead Zone, memories from the Dead Zone. You've got old interviews with David Cronenberg, Deborah Hill, Martin Sheen. You got an interview with Stephen King on here, and the theatrical trailer. So it was loaded with special features, has that great slipcase and the inside artwork that you've obviously come to expect now from Imprint. But it's just interesting because that does go head to head with Shout Factory, but I actually think Imprint was the first to announce it. That may be wrong, but either way, that's the type of stuff you can expect from them. And then this last one that I got, this is the Brotherhood of Satan, which again, Arrow Video came out with a release of this recently. and I had got this and looked at it way before then, before Arrows came out. And yeah, these took a while to get to me, so that's why some of them, you know, I now have the Arrow video release of the Brotherhood of Satan. The interesting thing though is I just went and looked at that, and it just says it has a 1080p high definition transfer. This says it is a 1080p presentation from a 2K scan of the original negative by Sony Pictures. My thought is Arrow probably would have mentioned it was a new scan from the original negative, so I'm wondering if that even is as good as this. This may be the better version of the two. This also has new audio commentaries from Mondo Digital's Nathaniel Thompson, Troy Hallworth, another author, a new The Devil You Know inside kind of the production studio with the film historian, another film author, Kim Newman, talking about the Brotherhood of Satan, and then the trailer. So, you know, even though this has an Arrow video release, I thought this was super cool. It has this great artwork, beautiful artwork on both the cover and on the inside. And, you know, I'm pretty happy, obviously, to have both. But I may actually do a quick head-to-head on this because I have a feeling that this may be the better scan, especially coming from the original negative. That's typically something Arrow Video would have mentioned, and so maybe they didn't have the rights to it, but Imprint did. So anyway, those are the 6 titles that I started with, but this gives you a quick idea of like the type of movies they're putting out, the fact that a lot of these either have never had a Blu-ray release, or they've gone out of print in the US or in other countries, and now Imprint's bringing them back to life. And some of their other titles, like Fire in the Sky is a great example of one that I really wanted to get, couldn't get my hands on at the time, but like never had a good Blu-ray release before, and Imprint put it out there. And that's just one example. Like, definitely look through their catalog. They keep putting out, like I said, 6 to 8 new titles every month, and usually 2 or 3 of those, even more, have never seen the light of day on Blu-ray before. And that's what makes the Imprint label so cool to me, is they are sort of actively going out of their way to find stuff that's never been released before and put out finally a solid HD physical release of them. So I 100% support what they're doing. It's great that they're region free. They're really like one of the first worldwide labels where anybody in the world could buy their Blu-rays and play them. That's super cool. Nothing's locked down. You're going to be able to play it in France, Germany, United States, Canada, Australia, Japan, no matter where you are. So that's the cool thing about them. And so I definitely support them. The link is down in the description if you want to check out what they have coming up. You can buy bundles, buy individuals, but definitely make sure if you see something you like to grab it, because they will go out of stock, and they are picking up steam as a pretty popular new label to compete with the Kino Shelf Factories of the world. So really, really exciting times for physical media fans, and really happy to welcome Imprint to the channel and to this community. So that's it for the video. Just want to talk about them, tell you guys about it, make you aware of them, because it's a great, great label, and show off some of what I started with. So other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure you follow me on social media. All the links are in the description, where you can keep up to date on my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff. Follow me there for the latest up-to-date stuff, and make sure you're subscribed and like this video, and turn your notifications on, because that's the best way to stay up to date with my channel. My posting schedule is pretty erratic right now, considering there's a 2-month-old baby, and I'm just trying to get videos out where I can. So subscribing and notifications, that's going to be your best way to just make sure you don't miss anything, and I appreciate the support there. So have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, be smart, do the right thing, and I will talk to you guys soon.